Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kelle's Corner. And I'm Kelle Sutliff. Thanks for tuning in today. And I want to talk to you about an opportunity that I actually have. I am on the new podcast program called Clubhouse. And I do a program on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's called Two Psychics and a Shaman. And it includes just that. So it's actually my friends Laura and my friend Leora, who is our shaman, and Laura's the psychic, and myself. And we do a great podcast for an hour. And we cover all kinds of genre about our subjects, right? And then what's really cool is people can raise their hand and ask questions. And so it's like you get like little mini readings in reference to, questions and answers and stuff like that from the three of us. So please join me on Mondays for that program. I love that you guys are on YouTube and we can all connect that way too. But this is just another venue, right? So I love Clubhouse. It's fabulous. The podcasts are fantastic. So please, it's a great way to participate. So join me there. Okay, so what are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about a few bits, okay? First, I want to talk about some dates that are going to be really important this week, astrologically. And what it means is we want to pay attention to April 22nd, April 23rd, and April 30th. And on those dates, what's super important is that it's some transformational days. And I say that because we have this week at the same time, we're constantly during this year having everything come together, right? And that means planets and astrological signs. And this week we have the Sun, Venus, Mercury, Uranus all joining. So the party's here. And what that means is that you're going to see shifting around two major components, which is freedom and love. So those are two really great concepts, right? Who doesn't love freedom? Who doesn't love love? So this is all occurring. So on those dates, really kind of even pay attention. If you're single and you want to meet somebody, pay attention to those dates and get out there and meet people. And it's really about reconnections of things too. Everyone's feeling it. Everyone's feeling this vibration of, we're kind of like at a horse race, right? And we're ready to get out of the gate and win that race. This is the momentum. This is the energy. That's why you're feeling all these shifts that are happening because of all this merger that's occurring with everything astrologically. But the cool part about this is that, it's kind of up to you to have those superpowers is what I want to say. So bring it in your world is what I'm trying to say. Bring your freedoms into your world. Bring love into your world, however you obtain that. Don't let anything block it. All right. So this is like, we're redirecting the negative that's happened to us into such positive new ways. Okay. So attain that. Ask for it. Okay. April 30th is going to be a little different. April 30th energy is going to be a very reflective time. It's also going to be information. It's a type of day that information can be revealed. It can also be kind of explosive. Okay, so it will be information that I really kind of feel it might even have to do a little bit with the elections. And it's also about, dynamics in countries. All right, so nothing to fear, just be open to receive is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so, but it's all bringing this positive energy, this freedom energy that we're looking for in our own lives, right? So that's really important. The other big subject we're going to talk about today is something, I'm going to share a story that happened actually on Clubhouse a couple weeks ago. So, and the theme of this is synchronicity. So we all have synchronicity in our world. Synchronistic events, when they happen, it's like the aha moment, and wow, can you believe this just occurred? So, but there's a reason for all this stuff. So I'm on Clubhouse a couple weeks ago. Again, remember I told you question and answers. So this woman has a question for me on a case, okay? And it's a missing persons case. So, because, I do that work. So she brings up this subject and she starts discussing all about how this person was found in his car on her dad's farm. And, her dad has like 1,000 acres of farmland. and this person was found there, obviously passed, right? So she's talk, I'm listening, and now it's my turn to respond back to her question. Here's the synchronicity. I worked on that case. I worked on that case for the family of this person who went missing. He was found on her dad's farm. What are the odds of me doing this podcast that can be featured to people all over the world? And I worked on this case. So the connection to synchronicity and spirit and how it flows, right? Okay. So I always say to myself, just when I'm done with the case, I'm never really done, because things come up and evidence will come up often later on even. So this is really, so I figured I'd share that with you today to show the example of synchronicity. So her and I met privately and talked about this case. I gave my evidence. She gave her evidence. It was a connection to all of this, right? So to me, I was like, holy schmoly, wow, you know what I mean? This is amazing. And you know what? It helped her. It helped her family, right? Because nobody likes to find anyone passed away in their land, okay, or where they live. And we discussed this case, extensively. So this was really an event that I wanted to share today, because you know what? You need to pay attention to synchronistic events, and you need to pay attention to when they happen, why they're important, and how they teach lessons, and how they garner optimism, and they garner faith, and there's almost like a respect for synchronicity, if I can say that. Okay, if you think of that way. So the respect is really about, it's like a history lesson. It comes back again to teach you. All right. So everything is validation. Everything is validation in my world. Validation should be in your world too. Okay. You know what? Don't believe everything you hear. Okay. Question things. Validate it. Is this truth? It's not. You kind of have to look at the world a little bit like, those teenagers we all had. Oh, you're going out? Who are you going out with? Oh, okay. You're going out with whom? All right, who's driving? What time do they have to be home? What time do you have to be home? And then you do your homework and you research really whether that's true. Life is the same way. So you have to go back into, how synchronicity works for you. So synchronicity is a fantastic teacher. And this is where you have to become the student a little bit. But when it happens to you, jump in with the validation. Question it. Why did it happen? Why does this person keep calling me, all the time, or I keep bumping into them at the grocery store? You know what? This is important. And then you sit back and you ask the question, why? Why did that happen? Why is that? Well, and then you get your answers of why that happens. Or it could be this person, you keep bumping into them because, you've wanted to switch jobs, and all of a sudden this person says, oh my God, my company's hiring. All right. So don't poo-poo synchronicity. Synchronicity is all about increasing your wants, your needs, and the universe brings it to you. It's like almost like a packaged gift. All right. So that's the importance of how synchronicity works. We're seeing a lot of synchronistic events happen in our world right now, and we need to pay attention to that. We need to question that. We need to say, hey, I don't know, why is this happening the same way? It shouldn't have happened the same way. We need to look at things. We need the validation. So never forget to not validate events in your world, okay? Because what happens is then it brings more synchronistic events to prove things to you, right? So remember, you know what? We're all that little teenager that's wanting to go have a wild time, and we got to rein him back in a little bit, okay, with the synchronicity of things, events, showing everybody, how important, timing, events, up to all of it, okay? So don't be shy of it, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is cool because this is the synchronicity card. This is what we're talking about. That's what I pulled for this week. And so again, synchronicity is a theme, and this is what you're going to look out for. And pay attention to how the synchronicity works in your world. And if you do that, I think you're going to get a lot of validation of your life, of events going forward. So I wish everybody a happy week. Pay attention, get synchronistic. Okay, take good care. Bye-bye.